This morning, we are sharing tips for drivers about how to save on those costly car insurance bills. The average price for full coverage in the U.S. is more than $2,300 a year. According to the latest government report, motor vehicle insurance rates are up.
You didn't miss your car payment. You missed the insurance payment. That's why the car gets taken. The price was low. The monthly payment looked safe. The dealer said, "You're approved." Then insurance showed up asking for $388 a month. No warning, no discussion. Pay it or lose the car. It looked cheap when you bought it. It started breaking your budget the day you drove it home. The lie of cheap monthly payments. Cheap monthly payments are the oldest trick in car buying and still the most effective. Most buyers don't buy cars, they buy numbers. $499 a month feels affordable. $429 feels safe. $389 feels like a win. That's the psychological trap. Dealers know you're not calculating total cost. You're checking whether the number fits between rent, groceries, and phone bills. As long as the monthly payment looks manageable, everything else fades into the background. What you're not seeing is what that number is hiding. Longer loan terms, higher interest, minimal down payment, and most importantly, insurance. That wasn't part of the conversation. A car can have a cheap monthly payment and still be financially toxic because the payment only covers the loan. It ignores the costs that don't negotiate, don't get discounted, and don't care about your budget. Insurance doesn't price cars the way buyers do. It prices risk. Theft rates, crash data, claim history, repair costs. That's why two cars with the same price can have wildly different insurance bills. And that's why people who thought they bought an affordable car suddenly start falling behind. Not on the loan, but on everything around it. This is how budgets break quietly. You don't feel it on day one. You feel it 3 months later when the insurance bill keeps rising. Repairs cost more than expected, and the cheap payment stops feeling cheap. By the time people realize the monthly payment was a lie, they're already locked in. The real cost of a car isn't the number the dealer circles on the paper. It's the total pressure it puts on your finances every single month. And cheap payments are usually the first warning sign that something expensive is hiding underneath. Car number 1, Kia and Hyundai, the theft tax. Kia and Hyundai didn't become expensive because of the sticker price. They became expensive because insurers stopped trusting them. For years, these cars were marketed as budget-friendly, reliable transportation, low prices, decent features, easy financing. On paper, they looked like smart decisions for first-time buyers and tight budgets.
Stealing certain Hyundai and Kia vehicles has become a surprising trend originating on social media. Owners of Kia and Hyundai cars filed a class action lawsuit today in federal court in Santa Ana.
Then the theft data exploded. Certain Kia and Hyundai models became some of the most stolen vehicles in the country. Not because owners were careless, but because of design choices that made them easier to steal. That single factor changed how insurance companies viewed the entire brand. Insurance doesn't care why a car is stolen. It only cares how often it happens and how much it costs to pay out claims. Once theft rates spiked, premiums followed. In many areas, insurers started charging hundreds more per month. Some companies refused coverage entirely. Others demanded high deductibles that made claims almost pointless. This is the theft tax. You can find a cheap Kia or Hyundai listing and think you've found a deal. What you've actually found is a car that insurers already see as high risk. The payment looks fine. The insurance quietly crushes the budget. This is why owners are shocked after delivery. They weren't warned. Dealers rarely mention insurance risk. And by the time the first renewal notice arrives, the buyer is already locked into the loan. The car didn't suddenly become bad. The math changed. Two buyers with the same driving record can get wildly different insurance quotes just because of the badge on the hood. That's not punishment, that's data. With Kia and Hyundai, the theft problem turned affordable cars into long-term liabilities. And once insurance labels a car as risky, there's no negotiating your way out of it. That extra monthly cost is what pushes missed payments, forces coverage downgrades, and traps owners in cars they would never have chosen if insurance had been discussed up front at the dealership stage. Car number 2, Dodge Charger. performance equals punishment. The Dodge Charger looks affordable for one reason. The price doesn't match the reputation. On the lot, it feels like a win. Big body, aggressive design, muscle car image at a price that looks reachable. Dealers love pushing Chargers because they sell fast and photograph even better. Buyers see power without supercar money. Insurance sees something very different. To insurers, the Charger isn't a sedan, it's a risk category. It doesn't matter if it's a V6 or a V8. It doesn't matter if you drive carefully. The Charger carries decades of data tied to speeding, aggressive driving, crashes, and high-dollar claims. That history follows every version of the car. This is where punishment begins. Chargers are involved in more high-speed accidents than most sedans. Repairs are expensive. Injury claims are higher. Lawsuits cost more. Insurance companies price all of that in before you ever sign the paperwork, so the payment looks reasonable. But the premium doesn't. Many owners are shocked when insurance quotes come back hundreds of dollars higher than expected. Young drivers get hit the hardest, but even older drivers with clean records pay a penalty just for owning the car. Some insurers lump all Chargers together, treating a base model like a performance build. This is the hidden cost of performance branding. You're not paying for horsepower, you're paying for the behavior of other drivers who owned the same car before you. The Charger didn't become unaffordable because it's unreliable. It became expensive because insurers decided it attracts risk. And once a car gets that label, there's no appeal process. The result is predictable. Buyers stretch their budgets to get the car, then struggle to keep it insured. Missed payments don't start with the loan. They start with the premium. With the Dodge Charger, performance doesn't just thrill, it gets punished every single month. Car number 3. Nissan Altima and certain SUVs, the quiet red flag. The most dangerous cars for your budget aren't loud, fast, or flashy. They're the ones that look normal. The Nissan Altima is the perfect example. On paper, it's harmless. Reasonable price, comfortable ride, easy to finance. It doesn't scream performance or risk, which is exactly why buyers let their guard down. The same applies to certain compact and mid-size SUVs that are marketed as safe family choices. Insurance doesn't see them that way. The Altima has spent years sitting near the top of accident and claim frequency charts. Not because it's a bad car, but because of who buys it, how it's driven, and how often it's involved in claims. Rental, fleets, ride-share use, high-mileage driving, and dense urban ownership all stack the data against it. To insurers, that pattern matters more than reliability. The result is a quiet penalty. Premiums that feel slightly too high. Renewals that creep upward every year. No dramatic spike, just constant pressure on the budget. Certain SUVs fall into the same trap. Compact and mid-size SUVs with high repair costs, rollover risk, or expensive sensors look practical, but trigger insurer caution. Bigger panels, advanced safety tech, and complex drivetrains mean even minor accidents turn into major claims. The vehicle feels safe, but it's costly to insure and expensive to fix. This is why these cars catch people off guard. There's no theft headline, no performance stigma, no obvious warning sign, just higher than expected insurance that never seems to come down. Buyers don't panic on day one. They adjust, they absorb it, they stretch. And that's why these cars are dangerous. They don't shock your budget. They slowly suffocate it. With the Altima and certain SUVs, affordability doesn't collapse loudly. It erodes quietly, month after month, until the math no longer works, and the owner can't figure out how a safe choice became such an expensive mistake. Why insurance decides if you can afford a car? Most people think the bank decides whether they can afford a car, but that's wrong. The bank only approves the loan. Insurance decides whether the car stays in your driveway. A lender looks at income, credit score, and debt. If the numbers work, you get approved. The monthly payment is calculated, printed, and circled on the paper. That's where most buyers stop thinking. Insurance starts where the bank ends. Insurance doesn't care what you paid for the car or how excited you were to buy it. It looks at risk data, theft rates, crash frequency, repair costs, injury claims, and how often cars like yours generate payouts. That data determines what you pay every single month, whether your budget can handle it or not. This is why two people with identical credit and driving records can get completely different insurance bills. The difference isn't the driver, it's the vehicle. If insurance costs more than expected, the budget breaks quietly. Payments get tighter. Other bills get delayed. Coverage gets reduced to save money, increasing risk even further. Eventually, one missed payment turns into a cancellation notice. And once insurance is cancelled, the loan becomes a problem. Most lenders require full coverage. Lose insurance, and you're in violation of the contract. That's when force-placed insurance kicks in, adding even more cost. What started as an affordable car becomes a financial spiral. This is why insurance is the real gatekeeper. If you can't comfortably afford the insurance, you can't afford the car, no matter how cheap the payment looks. The smartest buyers don't ask, "What's the monthly payment?" They ask, "What will this car cost me every month?" All in. Because the car doesn't get taken when you miss the loan first. It gets taken when insurance becomes impossible to keep. And by then, it's already too late to renegotiate anything. The bottom line, if insurance breaks your budget, the car was never affordable. Not at the price, not at the payment, not at the approval. Cheap cars don't ruin people. Hidden costs do. Insurance doesn't care how good the deal looked. It cares about data. And that data decides who struggles and who doesn't. Before you buy, stop asking for the monthly payment. Ask what the car will cost you every month, including insurance. If this helped, like the video, share it with someone car shopping, and subscribe to Bidding for Autos. We break down the math and the traps dealers don't explain, so you keep your money and your car.